I da, iz Grocke pravo u studio. Da, iz Grocke pravo u studio na Dedinje. Kako je to moglo da se teleportujem sa iz jednog grada, tačnije predgrađa u glavni grad Beograd, iz muzeja pravo u studio gdje ćemo ovog jutra ugostiti i umetnice koje će nam malo detaljnije objasniti o putujućoj izložbi, a sa nama ovog jutra jesu Tamara Sekulović, Guadalupe Aldrete i Paula Flores. Dobar dan, dobro jutro, good morning, buenos dias. Ne znam na kom jeziku da pričam, zato što to znamo i srpski, i engleski, i španski. Tako da, eto, da vas ugostimo i Savin i ja i da nam prvenstveno se predstavite i kojim ste lepim povodom ovdje kod nas.
Tamara, evo možemo tebe staviti Tamara, to speak a little bit of Serbian and then we'll continue with English.
Yes. Pa ja sam menadžerka galerije Monolog iz Beograda. Mi smo u Cetinskoj 15 u urbanom distriktu i bavimo se savremenom umetnošću i izlaganjem sa umetnicima koji su se bavili savremenom umetnošću. Tako da ovaj put imamo priliku da ugostimo 12 umetnika koji su iz Beča. I oni su u suštini kolektivna jedna putujuća izložba, ovo je treća zemlja u kojoj sada već izlažu. Izložba se zove Trauma i oni se bave pitanjima, traumama kroz različite sfere života i koji su mogući procesi za njihovo izlečenje.
Pre Srbije, koje su bile dve države?
Mislim da su bile prethodno u Italiji, ali možda Paula ili Guadalupe to mogu da više o tome kažu.
Good morning to you too as well. We can now speak a little bit in English. Dragi gledalci, mi ćemo malo da mešamo ovako malo srpski, malo engleski. Naravno, malo ćemo da vam prevodimo usput da znate tačno o čemu pričamo. Welcome.
Thank you.
Bolje nas našli. That's the Serbian way to say it. Is this your first time in Belgrade? Or it's maybe second or third? We just spoke, you were in Italy. So you can say a little bit about yourself before everything and after how it was in Italy.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, Guadalupe?
Yes, I can. Well, it's my second time in Serbia. I was in 2018 in Pančevo because of the Biennale there. I had a performance and I really felt very connected to the Serbian people, and that was very, very, very strong and wonderful experience for me, and that was so excited to come again. And for the Italy, I wasn't present. My artworks were there, but Paula can say more about that.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
And you was in Serbia, Italy, and one more country, yeah?
Before Italy was in Austria, in Vienna.
In Vienna.
The exhibition was first in Vienna.
And
no?
you told us
Munich.
that you're second...
Munich.
Munich. Aha.
Sorry, I got confused.
Yeah. You told us that you're second time in Serbia. What do you like about Serbia?
I really like that people is very honest and very...
Really?
For me?
Really?
That's because of you. That's because of you.
They are very honest to me. My work deals a lot of like social problems, and I had the feeling that I could communicate a lot more with people. It was not about this looking down at problems. It was like eye to eye. What are the possibilities to talk about different problems that we have, different stories, and I really felt that I wasn't speaking about something that happened somewhere far away, but like really one-to-one. I really like that.
Yeah, I think that people have actually real problem, and they when they want to open, they will be honest and tell you everything. Yeah, to be like maybe for 1% released from the problems what they have.
Yeah.
Da možemo čisto kažemo dragi gledalcima, dakle, drugi put je u Srbiji, bilo je u Pančevu i jako se lepo povezala s ljudima i kaže da je se sviđa što smo iskreni, tu smo se malo nasmejali, naravno, i da je mogla lakše da se poveže sa njima baš zato što misli da probleme o kojima je pričala nisu zapravo daleko odavde i da smo svi zapravo nekako da pričamo o tim stvarima malo iskreniji, malo povezaniji.
No.
That was the translation.
Paula, how was in Italy?
Yeah, it was nice. I would say Italy is always nice, usually. Food is always great, and I mean, we're such an international group that it's always really fun to be together. And I mean, as artists, it's really good for you also when you can kind of get away from your everyday life to have new perspectives. And when you're in a new country with new people, it's just really enriching. So the exhibition went great. We all enjoyed it, the same as the one in Munich was also great, and we had really good feedback from it. So yeah, all in all, it's been good. Yeah, it's been a good show.
What is the next destination?
The next destination for trauma, I don't know. I think maybe there's not one yet. We're hoping for some maybe further away on another continent, maybe. But yeah, there's not a program.
In plasma, we see.
Some of the arts.
Yeah, some of the
Totally,
arts.
yes. It's the mix of everything, yes. We talk about it. We can see the videos, the sculptures, some arts, some pictures, paintings, yes, as well, and some performance, yes. You perform on this, in this time in Belgrade, you will perform something?
Yes, for the opening, which is tonight.
Yeah.
I will.
Najavit ćemo to svakako u nekom trenutku. Da.
Yes.
You will perform something that is, you said it's art performance, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a kind of different thing that sculptures and pictures and paintings and something like that.
Yes, that means that my body is the mean of communication. I use materials, but it's more about my experience, my bodily experience, and how I contact with the people. Like they can also have this feeling in a way.
Evo, možemo da pitam malo i na srpskom tebe. Dakle, sve dolaze umetnici i koji je to cilj izložbe? Čisto malo da ljude lakše uputimo u celu priču.
Pa, poenta ove izložbe tu je kustoskinje Denis Parizek i ona je okupila umetnike koji žive u Beču, ali su sa različitih strana sveta u suštini. Samo je Beč njihovo sedište. I njihova ova trenutna izložba je putujuća u smislu da nosi svoje iskustva koje su nastala traumama rata, nasilja, ksenofobije, odnosima porodičnim, ljubavnim, kakvim god, šta god je izazvalo neku traumu u ljudima. Ovi umetnici to kroz svoje različite medije prenose publici. Da li je to video umetnost, da li je to performans, slika, skulptura. I na te načine, kao neka vrsta aktivizma, kroz to traže načine kako određene traume mogu da se potencijalno izleče ili poboljšaju i kako da ljudi mogu na druge načine da sagledaju određene perspektive u zavisnosti od neke boljke, da to tako nazovem.
To je sjajan način i da malo sebi olakšamo sve to, da se kroz umetnost to sve ispolji. Da li to znači da, eto, recimo, to poziva i druge ljude da se priključe samom programu ili...
Apsolutno, zato što ovo je, kao i oni što su kolektiv, tako i posetioci će imati prilike, recimo Paulin rad treba da se pomiriše. Mislim, stvarno je onako sve što rade je iskustvo koje je međusobno. Nije samo neka umetnost koja stoji iza stakla i ne dira se i ne gleda se, nego je imerzivno i uključuje da ljudi, posetioci, budu u tome i da na svoje načine možda prime neku emociju ili osete nešto svoje što bi kroz to mogli.
Okay, we spoke about what's the purpose of the it's trauma, tako?
Trauma, yeah.
Trauma. How do you put that trauma? Moramo da odemo na reklamu?
Ne, hoću da kažem.
Ana, hoće da kažem? Yes? Okay, sorry. We need to go to one segment of our show and then we will come back. Back in the studio, back in the business. Što bi rekao, dragi kolega Fiće koji je u Beču, odakle su došli naši današnji gošći, jel tako? To smo već spomenuli. Pričamo o umetnosti, pričamo o današnjoj izložbi. Eto, možeš nam reći, Tamara, gde se održava izložba,
Kada, ko može da poseti.
Ko može da poseti, koliko traje, čisto da znaju gledalci, pa ćemo posle nastaviti na engleskom.
Znači, izložba trauma se dešava, večeras je zvanično svečano otvaranje u 7 sati u Cetinskoj 15, onaj distrikt sa mnogo kafića, parking.
Da, znaju, ovi koji izlaze znaju se.
Eto, galerija Monolog se tamo nalazi i ulaz će biti apsolutno otvoren za sve, čak i čaše vina koliko želite, tako da bit će žurkica, to uvijek bude zabavno jedno otvaranje. Umetnici takođe imaju i kolegu koji radi sound performance, kao zvuči neki performans i puštaće i svoj neki deo tokom otvaranja. A izložba će sama trajati do 29. jula i ulaz je sve vreme besplatan i slobodan za svakoga. Galerija radi od 5 do 9 uveče.
Fenomenalno, eto da znate, dakle nije, mislim, naravno, najlepše otići večeras, možete vidjeti performanse, to je bilo super, ali srećom mesec dana, skoro, ali tako?
Da, tu smo.
Traje, tako da imamo priliku to da posetimo u Cetinskoj 15.
Tako je.
Tako. We stop when I ask you about how you put your emotions in the arts, and when you started doing that, and how you started actually, that's the main question.
Making art?
Yeah.
It's a really long answer, but I will try to make it short. I've just been somebody that always really needs to express myself, and when I was younger I did it through words, basically arguing with everybody. And my father was the one that thought that it would be good to put it into art. And he was the one that suggested that I do art because otherwise I was just fighting with everybody because I thought everything was so unfair and I needed to talk about a lot of things. So yeah, it was just kind of putting my stress emotions or what I see as unfair. I'm from Mexico, so it's like I can relate to how life is here, you know, that not everything is perfect. And I think when we're coming from countries like this, it gives you this very intense creative energy that you need to get out somehow. And yeah, for me it was just my father's suggestion of, if you don't want to get into trouble, then you need to make art. That's how it happened for me, and it was like a natural thing, I think.
Yeah, well, it's a great way to express yourself and to help yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
And to stay away from the problems.
Yes.
Yeah, it's much better to put that kind of stress on the art than on people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think your father is now, thank you, daughter, for doing that.
Listening to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about you?
Is
it the same reason or it's something different?
Or how does the trauma put into art?
Well, for me, I was always like towards drawing. So they started giving me paper in order to save the walls and the floor.
I don't want to fix this anymore.
I will paint, whatever. Yeah, and then at some point when I came to Europe and I couldn't like carry all of my painting stuff, I started to realize that it's actually more about my body. And in terms of trauma, there is one thing that is called somatic memory. Like when we have problems and we cannot verbalize them, our body reacts. So sometimes it's like a lot of people get sick because of stress. And so I work with this like somatic memory and somatic reaction to things, and I canalize it with my body. Like, okay, if I have a very big pain in my shoulder, then it's like the starting of a new performance, starting from this feeling, like bodily feeling, always connecting them with a specific topic. I work a lot about intergenerational trauma and like family and ancestry. So yes, that's how it lands always or how that it landed in performance, and still very, very based on my performance works.
Great.
Yeah, actually I understand, because of the stress I lose my hair here. It's it's not some illness, but
Psihosomatski.
Yes, and 2 years I didn't have hair here. Now I'm going to some treatments to make me, I don't know, something with my head. But I think it's very important to go to speak with someone or see something like that, like your performance, to maybe understand yourself and help yourself for better tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Is that the purpose of all this? Yeah, to help people to understand their problems and to maybe express them on some better way than maybe arguing or something like that. Because you said that it's similar living here in Serbia and in Mexico, and that we have some similar things, similar problems. Yeah. A lot of people here go to the sports and try to be the best ever, like maybe Novak Djokovic, you heard about him, yeah. So he had some things in his head when he was little. He was fighting against that, and he tried to be the best in sports, maybe because of that. Yeah. So sometimes the problems are actually maybe helping us to be more prepared for the world, or to be to have that fighting spirit, maybe. Then when everything is great, you don't know how to react.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I agree with what you're saying.
Super confused.
I think the point is not fixating on the trauma, but you realize it, you accept it, and then you have to work on it. Because if you just keep it for yourself or just reproduce it for other people, then it doesn't do anything. So I think with the purpose with art or whatever you practice to heal yourself and others is to also try to give new perspective, new ways of thinking, different ways of thinking, and giving the possibility of change and of growth. So I think Mexico is not very sporty, even though people like soccer or football a lot.
You're into box a lot.
Yes, but people don't practice. It's like a few athletes, but we're not very sporty. But I don't know, people do it in other ways. We're very social, which I think people here are also very social, which is something that I like. They talk a lot and they're outside a lot, and I think that also helps. To just talk to other people, and I agree. I don't know if perfection is possible, but once you think you have everything perfect, then it turns out that there's still something
to improve, to change.
Yeah. And it's not about being perfect, I think. It's just about realizing the things that have to change.
Evolving.
Yeah, we need to realize that we can be better, actually.
Yeah.
From day one, until,
But
I'm mixing Serbian right now. It's great. Whatever.
I think the perfect don't exist.
For sure, yeah.
But Instagram
makes you think.
Makes you think that everything is perfect in some of the lives of people, but that is all a lie.
Yeah.
And because we have you to show us some of that part of life. You're from Mexico, and where do artists come from more tonight?
From which countries?
From which countries?
From Mexico, from
Siberia,
from the US,
Russia, Italy,
yes.
We have 2 Serbian artists as well.
One Austrian. So from a lot of places.
From all around the world.
Yes.
All around the world.
Yeah, actually, that's great. So we can see a lot of mixed things, mixed cultures, and perspectives about life, and from different parts of the world, how they react on those emotions inside. Yeah.
And what bothers them.
Yeah, and what because the name is trauma. Yeah, it's something like that. When I saw it first, I thought it's something like not in a bad way, but it's something like that. It's struggling us inside. But right now, I think it's a great emotion because you're expressing something really beautiful, and people can see that. So that those arts can help them. Yeah. Not one more thing, but for me, we'll speak on Serbian just to go back. Da li će biti još ovakvih nekih akcija, odnosno ovakvih izložbi u Beogradu buduće, i da li će možda i one gostovati ili neki drugi umetnici?
Pa, poenta naše galerije, kad mi smo se otvorili prošle godine u maju, je da povezujemo umetnike iz Beograda, Berlina i Beča. To su neke kao osnove. Onda često miksujemo izložbe, budu srpski umetnici, budu umetnici iz Beča, iz Berlina, i onda na taj način sve to spajamo i sarađujemo. sa svim umetnicima sa kojima radimo, nastavljamo saradnje, možda budemo posle i odvojeno imali neke solo izložbe sa njima, ali sledeća izložba koju ćemo imati je u septembru, izlagaće studenti sa Politehničkog fakulteta, a onda nakon toga Vladan Sibinović koji je jedan od naših baš dobrih umetnika. Takođe otvaramo i novu galeriju u Atini, tako da se širimo i tamo.
Baš lepo, svaka čast.
Da, hvala.
Malo i do Grčke.
Malo i do Grčke.
Zašto ne?
Da, naš šef voli Grčku, pa zato šans. Da, tako da mislim da to su neke lepe stvari i mi se uvek trudimo, nama su recimo društvene mreže jako bitne, jer galerije danas su često ostale u nekim tradicionalnim momentima, a mi mislimo da treba da bude to malo življe, urbanije.
Da se malo
modernizuje, tako je. I mi imamo za svaku izložbu, za svakog umetnika pravimo reelove, postove, YouTube intervjue, tako da smo jako prisutni na tome.
I kako se zovete na internet platformi, znači Instagram, YouTube-u?
Monolog Gallery.
I tako mogu da vas nađu i kontaktiraju da budu upućeni u sve ono što se dešava kod vas.
Tako je. Mi svaki dan postamo.
Ne, tako je treba da budete stalno aktivni da bi ljudi imali šta da vide i da budu upućeni. Ljudi vole kad su ljudi aktivni.
I to, a i mi mislimo stvarno kada nešto radiš, treba da to radiš kako treba.
Naravno. Kako posetioci reaguju na njihove izložbe?
Pa, mislim, vidjet ćemo od večeras, kad je otvaranje, ali za sada imam dosta ljudi koji su se javili, koji su uzbuđeni što će da vide ovakav neki skup, jer smo često imali više solo izložbe. Imali smo još jednu grupu iz Beča u decembru, ali je to bilo više virtualna umetnost na neki način, tako da je bilo drugačiji koncept od ovog, ali mislim da se ljudi posebno raduju i performansima i da vide cijelo to kako se uklapa jedno s drugim, jer različiti su mediji, različite ideje umetnika, ali opet nekako sve to ide tako lepo zajedno i ja čekam da ljudi to isto
da, ovo je
mogu da vidi.
definitivno nešto što je drugačije nego što to smo mi navikli da vidimo, ali baš se ja radujem i ja čekam da čujem utiske
morate da dođete večeras.
Vidim kako će reagovati na sve ovo, pošto vidimo iz priloženog i u plazmi kako pojedine stvari izgledaju. Tako da ja se nadam uspehu večeras.
Hvala.
I will ask one more question, just so you can say to all those people that maybe have or had the same problems.
Todos people?
Todos? Da, todos los peoples.
La gente.
Y voy a mix inglés, serbian and español.
Muy bien.
What we can say to them so they can change that part of themselves, so they can put all those negative thoughts or some maybe bad things in their life to something good, like you did.
Maybe how to process better.
How to process better,
traumas,
maybe. Yes, like that.
Well, it depends on the taste of a person, but as you say, sports is one thing, but also like art. I sometimes think that it's not necessary, I mean, it helps a lot to do art yourself, but it's also this cathartic, visual cathartic. Sometimes you see artworks that speak so strong to you that let you open to something that you are perhaps not able to talk about, and that's also sometimes just give you a second of peace to connect with yourself and say like, hey, it's not just me.
Yeah, search yourself deep inside.
And I would add to, other than experiencing art or any other disciplines, but nature. Like being in nature. I don't know here like what's the closest to be, but I think it's something very important that we forget when we're in cities. And I'm from a city also, so it's basically impossible to get that calmness that nature can only give you. I think it's very important. So I think nature is great for healing.
Yeah. Do visitors ask you for some advice after they see your art?
No, it hasn't happened to me, no. People that I know, but not random people. No, it's more talking about the work, I think, or about experiences of either being Mexican or being an immigrant, in Europe. And I don't know, have they ever asked you?
Actually, in Pancho was the time that somebody asked me. That was exciting for me because my father works in a refinery, and the work that I showed that time was about this. And I didn't really verbalize it, but I think, I don't know, there were some people from Pančevo that kind of got it immediately without any need of explanation. And later they saw me that day in the streets walking, and they would just stop me and ask me questions, and that was very, very, very interesting. It was so surprising. There was no need of verbal communication, but it was just like this click of, we got it, we could feel it, we experienced it all the time, and that was awesome for me. Like, yeah, I managed to touch someone.
In Pančevo, naravno.
In Pančevo.
In Pančevo, yeah.
I love that.
It's like for people it's more easier to ask something when everything is finished, when they're relaxed. And then when they saw you on the street, they're like, oh, I can ask her now. It's a public place, we can ask anything. Moram da vam se zahvalim, stvarno mi je bilo jako prijatno. Nadam se da nismo previše tupovo postavljali ova pitanja.
Ne, super je, stvarno, hvala vam puno.
I nadam se da ćemo, možda da ponovimo samo još jednom za sve gledalce, Cetinjska 15.
Cetinjska 15, Galerija Monolog, večeras u 7 sati otvaranje izložbe Trauma.
Gracias mucho.
Gracias, chicas.
Da. Jer imamo
Reklame?
reklamice.
Da.
Ajmo na reklamu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Da.
Sad ću.